Hi everybody, welcome back to Niecy's Closet. Today I'm going to show you how to do a lacy C2C stitch, which I'm going to make a shawl with it. And I'm going to use skinny cakes, Caron skinny cakes from Yarnspirations. And it's a number 3. You see number 3 weight, and it says it recommends a G hook, but I'm going to use a H hook because I want it nice and lacy. So you can use a G hook, you could bump it up to a H or I. I'm going to use a J to make it real lacy. And this is 100% acrylic. And the color is Tiramisu. Oh, I like that color. One of the subscribers saw a shawl that I made with this yarn, and it is the C2C. And she asked me if I could make it again, so I purchased the yarn and I'm gonna make it again. So if you have your crochet needle ready, we are going to start. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to make our loop. And by the way, I found this pattern on the Fiber Spider channel. That's where I found the pattern and I love it. Okay, so we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to double crochet in the first chain. We're going to go into the first chain and we're going to double crochet. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn our work. We're going to double crochet in the first chain of the 5 we did. We're going to double crochet in the chain. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go in this loop that we made. We're going to make a loop. Remember, we have the loop. We chained 5 and we double crocheted in the first chain. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in this loop. We're going to do a slip stitch. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet in the same loop. We're going to double crochet. And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after you chain 5, we're going to double crochet in the first chain again of the 5 chains. We're going to go to the very first chain and we're going to double crochet. And then we're going to turn our work. We're going to turn our work and we're going to go into the first loop. And we're going to slip stitch. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go right back in this loop and we're going to double crochet. Then we're going to go to the second loop and we're going to go in and we're going to do a slip stitch, meaning we're just grabbing the yarn and pulling it all the way through. And then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet in that same loop. Okay, so we've just done 1, 2, 3. We did 3 rows already. Okay, so we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to double crochet in the first chain. And then we're going to go into this first loop here, and we're going to slip stitch, pulling the yarn all the way through. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet back into that loop. Do you get that? Then we go to the next loop. And we're going to slip stitch. We're going to go into the loop. We're going to slip stitch by pulling the yarn all the way through. That's your slip stitch. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to double crochet in the same loop. You got that? Now we're going to go to the next loop. We're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to double crochet right back into that loop because that's your last loop. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work, and we're going to double crochet in the very first chain. We are going to double crochet. Come on. Oh, I didn't get it. We're going to double crochet in the first chain. And we're going to slip stitch in the first loop. We're going to slip stitch all the way through, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to double crochet in that loop, that same loop. Did you get that? Now we're going to go to the next loop. And we're going to slip stitch all the way through. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet. Pull through 2, pull through 2. We go to the next loop. We're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to wrap. We're going to go under the loop. We're going to pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we're going to go to the last loop. One more loop is here. We're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet in that last loop. Do you get this now? All it is a 1 row repeat. It's just a 1 row repeat. I'm going to do it again. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn our work and we're going to double crochet in the first loop. Well, I should say the first chain. And then we're going to go to the first loop here. Okay, we're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to double crochet right back in that same loop. We're going to double crochet. Then we move to the next loop. Slip stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to double crochet in that same loop. Now to the next loop. Slip stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet. Move on to the next loop, and we're going to slip stitch. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet in the same loop. Now we're going to the last loop. We're going to slip stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet right back in the last loop. So remember, after you do the last loop, that's the only time you chain 5. Other than that, when you're working in these loops, you only chain 4 and you double crochet in the same loop. But do you see how it's looking lacy? Okay, so continue on. I'm going to continue and make it bigger and come back so you can see how it's looking, all right? I'll see you soon. Hope everyone's well. Now that I've worked on this C2C lacy shawl, I just wanted you to see what it looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Aren't the colors gorgeous? Now you can do this. So just remember, after you did 4 chains and a double crochet, you go into the next loop and you grab the yarn and you pull all the way through to do your slip stitch. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet. You go to the next loop. You slip stitch and go 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut that door, okay? 4 chains. You double crochet by wrapping, going under the loop, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to go to the next loop, grab the yarn, pull all the way through, count 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet. Now, we're at the last loop. This is the last loop. So what do? We bring the hook through the loop, pull the yarn all the way through. We chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget, you double crochet. And then you chain 5. You only chain 5 when you're at the end and you're ready to go to the next row. And what I do is, as soon as I chain 1, I hold on to this chain. So then when I go to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can do my double crochet and go right into the first chain. That way I don't have to count or you know, so I don't have to count the 5. I don't have to count back to 1. What I do, I chain 1, hold on to that first chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, and instead of like counting back, I don't have to do that because I already know where the first chain is. So I just do my double crochet right here. I double crochet, I turn my work, around, and I do my first slip stitch into the very first loop. I do my slip stitch, count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet. Go to the next loop, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet. Just don't forget, after you chain the 4, I'm going to show you. After you go 1, 2, 3, 4, don't forget to do the double crochet, because if you do and go right into here and then go 1, 2, 3, 4 and your double crochet, you're going to see your mistake right here when you go into the next row and you get here and you notice you did something wrong, because I've done that and I had to take it all out and go back to where I had my mistake. So be careful not to do that. Or when you finish your row, go back and look and make sure you don't see this, because you should see this. You should see the double crochet. You don't see the double crochet here. So just be careful, and when you finish your row, check your row. All right? You do that for me. Okay? Now I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to show you what this beautiful shawl looks like when I'm done. And I'm going to do a picot stitch at the top. And actually, I am doing this for one of my subscribers. So I'll see you once I finish this beautiful lacy C2C shawl. I'm at the end of making this lacy C2C shawl using 1 cake. And I was so into finishing up the shawl, I forgot to show you how to do this picot stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what I did and then show you how to do it. When I felt that I was in my last row to do the picot stitch, all I did was, when I finished the last double crochet here, I chained 1 and turned. So you just chain 1 and turn. And when you turn, you do 1, 2, 3 single crochets. You chain 3, do the picot stitch, and do 2 more single crochets. So that's what I'm going to show you right now, because I was so busy going into the flow. Nisi forgot. So, this is how you do the Picot stitch. You go into the loop and you single crochet 3 times. Oh, wait a minute. There was a split thread. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then you chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you take your hook down to where you did the single crochet. You take your hook right down where you did that 3rd single crochet, and you go right into the side, and make sure you get both loops. Oops. You want to make sure you get both loops and pull all the way through, and then do 2 single crochets. Do you see that? I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit more. I want to make sure you get a good look. Okay? You're going to go into the next loop. You're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go right to the side of the single crochet here. You're going to go into the side, and you're going to grab both loops. And you're going to slip stitch all the way through, and then you're going to do 2 single crochets. That's your Picot. This is how it's going to look. This is your Picot. I'm going to do it again. Three single crochets into the loop. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go to the side of that single crochet and grab both loops. And slip stitch all the way through and do 2 more single crochets. You got that? And you do it all the way to the end, and make sure you get this last loop. Make sure you get the last loop right here at the end. And then you're done. You just cut it, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. And you have a beautiful lacy C2C shawl. Okay. Oh, and it measures 31. It's 31 up and down. and 66 across. It's 31 by 66. I'm going to do it one more time. Go into the loop, 3 single crochets, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go into the side of the single crochet at the bottom here. Make sure you pick up both loops. Whoops. Make sure you get 2 loops, not 3. And slip stitch all the way through and do 2 single crochets. Alrighty, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and I will see you next time. And please like, comment, and hit that bell and subscribe so you can continue to learn from me. And I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but I saw this on the Fiber Spider channel. And I liked it so much, I want to share it with you. So, enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.